Hello, everybody. Another video of me, or multiple videos of me reacting to Healthy Gamer talking with a streamer, basically. I really like that, actually, because then I learned something about a specific streamer, but then again, they basically all have about the same problem. Like all human beings have like uh, the same struggles almost. Like we all have family problems, we all have problems, struggle with work, work problems, whatever it is, maybe health problems, trauma, things basically that lies in the past. Things that lies in the past or things that lies in the future. So that's what we have in common, and overthinking is a big one. Like we all have this. It doesn't matter if you live in China, in India, in the US, in Germany, in England, or whatever it is, bro. Even in Antarctica, bro. Like they also have family problems, friends problems, like overthinking. Okay, maybe they don't have it like as much. Like some don't have it as much, like the overthinking. Like if you live like in nature really a lot, and you don't have this digital stuff that keeps the mind going, then it's like, you know, because all of that what was created here, like the smartphone technology and stuff. Guess who created that? The human mind. All right? The you like and we learned that knowledge, We learned about knowledge, and who is basically like learning it? It is basically the mind thought, and thought is always lies always in the past because the knowledge that thought has, it is always in the past. So it's nothing new really. It can like create something new. We human beings, basically human beings, thought, the mind, the ego, can create something new like the smartphone, iPhone, and so on. But let's just say the like thought or the ego thinks he is so smart, doing all that, and it's like, oh my god, look at how comfortable that is. I just have to touch a few times and then I call. And it is so easy because what is it? The ego loves it when it is comfortable. He loves to be comfortable. So he makes everything more comfortable. Cars, phones, and stuff like that. But being comfortable, it's okay to be comfortable, but if it's too comfortable, then you get lazy. Then if it's too comfortable and you don't have anything better to do, like you're just lying there and so on, guess what? You are overthinking. I know it's a lot, almost 4 minutes that I talk, even when the video didn't start, and I try my best to not say as much as when I think I have to say, because I already reacted to 3 streamers. Shout out to Extra Emily, Pokimane, Jason the Ween. All right, they are very brave to even go do these kind of, let's say, talking sessions. Okay, um, as well as Cutie. With Cutie, I don't know much about her, to be honest. I just know she was like together with Ludwig, and then I just saw them, with the face members and stuff like that, have like a streamers night and stuff like that, where they did like a dare, truth or dare with Jenga, and it looked like, or it I heard like they are back together or whatever it is, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Um, Either way, I don't know really anything about her. really. Like I'm not watching her streams and videos and stuff like that. Maybe when others are there and she is like also there, like with the face, you know, members and the Twitch night stuff like that, where Ludwig was there, like extra Emily, I think, Cutie, Face Adapt, Jason, few from the OSCS, I think that's what they called. You know, the new guys, the new generations and stuff like that. That's who I know. But all right, let's go. Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Let's go. Let's go.
He's very sweet. He has
Wait, it's
some
a little
bad
bit.
anxiety himself, but he's good.
Yeah, I
It's okay
recently
still,
heard
right?
that people will give dogs like anti-anxiety medication.
Yeah, he could use some, I think. I've tried like CBD treats for him.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Now we have to turn on the lights, you know, take the natural light out and go. Um, I actually don't want it. But I don't know then when it's time to basically turn on the real light because I might be too focused for that. But bro, she basically said she my dog could use CBDC or whatever it is, you know? CBD pills. Oh my God, bro. Like your dog, you know the dog like the dog is like their owner basically, you know? When the owner is like feeling anxiety, the dog tends to feel it too and get it. So the dog is you basically. That's what I'm saying, you know? Like so and then saying like, "Oh, my dog has depression." What really is, it's like, bro, your dog needs to get out. You know, like dog, the dog shouldn't be just at home, like you or stuff like that. So it's like, the human being is like they don't really know anymore. Like they are a little bit crazy. They don't know like what they should do maybe in life. So one really important thing is what I'm saying right now is breathe consciously. Eat rightly. Don't eat processed food. Eat food that is fresh at least. I'm not even saying right now you don't eat meat, but first eat fresh things, all right? Try to always eat fresh things like an apple, vegetable and stuff like that. That's fresh, and meat. I'm sorry, but it's not really fresh. Only if you like, if it's just got slaughtered, and then you basically can eat it raw. Also, like that is then fresh. But guess what? You probably will never do that. Do that. So you know but I'm just telling you, like this is what you should do as a human being. So you are what you consume. If you consume basically bad stuff, you get bad stuff. You think about bad stuff and stuff like that. Also what you consume digitally is also something where it's like you can consume it and then it's like you consume bad stuff. It's like you get the bad stuff, but it depends, like if you can be very conscious about it that you watch bad stuff, and then it's like at least you are conscious about it, and then it will stop someday because it's like it's dangerous to watch bad stuff basically. And yeah, basically, these kind of stuff you should do, and then your mental will be clearer. But of course, mental health is a little bit, we will get into it. But basically, your dog needs a lot of movement. You know, hopefully, your dog can like be free in nature, like without a leash and stuff like that, and not just be free in the house and in the garden. I mean, it's nice if probably like Cutie has probably a garden for the house, but for the dog. But basically I'm saying your dog most of the times don't need any kind of medicines, just the right food, just as human beings, a lot of movement, a lot of going outside, enjoying nature and stuff like that. You can just see like it's basically a smile, on the dog if they can get out and just be free and then run free and do whatever they want because that's what everybody should do. Like it doesn't matter dogs, cats and stuff like that. That's why I'm like I would never get a dog and again. I will never get a dog again, and it wasn't even my decision to get a dog, but I will never get a dog in my life again because it's like owning something. I'm not your owner. I don't want to be your owner. It doesn't matter if it's a dog or like, it sounds really bad already. Like the slave owner, the dog owner. Like, what do you really own? I don't own anything. I don't want to really own anything. Like, okay, maybe like I bought this phone, I own this phone, like, but it's like I don't own it really, in a spiritual sense where it's like if you own something, it's like it's mine, and it's like a possessiveness, and this is not good, it's like I don't know how to say it really or explain it really. Because at the end of the day, you will die and you will die without your phone. You will die without your money. You will die without your personality continuing and stuff like that. So this all isn't really that important, you know? And would you be mad if you like die and everything dies with it? Like all the things that is important to you, like maybe your phone, your following, pictures, moments, the pictures are basically moments for people, so they can't delete it. And I'm like, hey, let's start there, try to delete everything. All right, everything on your phone. Like try to delete every picture and every video you have on your phone. Like I did it, and I didn't feel nothing. Like you shouldn't feel anything. Like oh my god, but there's so many moments in there, and if I can't scroll through that anymore, like what am I supposed to do? Because a lot of people are just missing the past. Like I also did it just to see how it is because I never did it, but a lot of people do it, and I was like, what? All right, let me do. You know, and I did it also before, but not like consciously. Okay, so I did it also. Like, for example, when I broke up with my girlfriend, for example, and it's like missing things, like then you see like I don't know, what do you even see? Like I don't even have that many pictures with her, to be honest. So like let's say a flight ticket you see, and then you miss that, but or you have pictures with her. Or wait, I had pictures, but I deleted them all. I almost forgot, bro. Yo. Okay. So I had pictures. So I had the pictures, but I deleted them all, And of course, you feel something like you first mesmerize it, and then you see the moment, and you're like, "Oh my God, that was such a fun time," and stuff like that, and you mem vividly remember it, in your brain because that's what the mind can do, but it's something bad to do. Like you shouldn't remember about something and then you miss it, Like, oh, that's such a good time and I miss it and I want to be go back and I want to do it again and stop it. Stop it, please. Just do like just delete everything, okay? Try to delete everything. It doesn't matter how hard it feels, because I already asked a few people and they couldn't do it. And they couldn't do it. And then there it's where I know how much the past is, how much importance is, how much the, like, how important the past is for them, right? Because if you can't delete it, then the past, these little moments that lies in the past, which are gone, basically, but the pictures still hold it a little bit, and you don't want it to be gone. You want it again. You want to miss it. You want to see it again. You want to be a little bit happy, like, oh my God, that was such a good time, but I miss it and I wanted to have it again. Don't do it.
but it just puts him to sleep. So
Yeah.
that does no good. So
Yeah, like, bruh. Like, I have flashbacks from Hassan Piker shocking his dog with the e-collar, bro. Like, you better not, because the dog looks like, please don't shock me, please. Please don't give me CBD again, please. And, when I see sometimes a dog, like, for example, my dog, I don't even want to say my dog, but just for communication purposes. My dog was also white, but she was like a Malteser. And sometimes when I see dogs, like a thought comes, like a picture of my dog, and then I could mesmerize. I couldn't really remember, but if I do it, then I could get sad, because I miss her, for example. But you only miss her if you think about her, because if you don't think about her, you can't miss her, if that makes sense. But basically, yeah, sometimes it's comes, because she was like a very important, let's say, entity in my life, where a lot of things changed after that, after that point, like that was a really, really, really bad point in my life for me when she got basically, you know, and then I saw her basically how her heart stops, and like that alone, when I talk about it, I could cry about it. It doesn't really matter how often I say it and think about it. It's like it also like tenses up. Like when Jason said it, it's like a knife is stabbing my throat. Like you know what I mean? Like if you're about to cry, then it's like it's tense. Like it hurts, and then it's like, need to maybe massage it a little bit, maybe a little bit of breathing exercises to be conscious again, to not look back in the past and stuff like that, because like this was really hard for me. Like this you could call it a trauma, but this trauma is like, it's almost like not there anymore. Like I would say there is some, like a little bit of a hint of that still there, especially when I think about it, and especially when I vividly think about it. Like this is pretty hard, to see your own, again, your own dog, my dog, your own dog to die, because she was more than just a dog, she was like, now it's like again, I notice like it's almost getting sad, but I am conscious enough to see that where my mind is basically going with it, So she was um a divorce dog, like when parents get divorced, then it's like, you basically almost get everything, like, and my sister wanted a dog, and then we got a dog. That's how we got the dog, RP to Elila. um Basically I chose her name. I don't want to flex about it, like I do flex a little bit about it, like that's why I do say it, I'm pretty honest with myself because I can observe like why I'm saying it because I do want to flex a little bit about it. And it comes from a song I really, really love, but I can't hear it really anymore because if I hear it, it's like it's making me tear up a little bit, you know? But the song is called Hey There's Delilah. Hey there's Delilah, won't you? And I love that song. I didn't know why, but it really, and I was like, Delilah, what about Delilah? And okay, and didn't really came up with it, but what about Delilah or Elila? And, and maybe just Delilah, I don't know. And my sister or my mom said, what about Elila? You know, and Elila it was, but it could also be just Lila, you know, Elila, Lila. But anyways, like that's gone. All right, I don't want to like think about it anymore because it's like it's basically a waste of time. I'm sorry to say it, you know. It sounds like I'm pretty harsh on myself, but it should be that way. Like some things you should be really really radical about it. Like thinking about it, you know, vividly remembering it, missing it, being sad about it, crying, like this, and thinking vividly remember, you know, like this takes a lot of energy from you, a lot. You know, like you first think about it, you miss it, you being sad about it, and then you cry about it, which something that lies in the past, right? And you do it again and again, again and again. That's what I did. You know, always when I even think the slightest of my dog, you know, I don't want to say it, but my dog, I was at least hurting. I was at least hurting, and hurting is not good. You know, hurting, missing, crying, being sad. It's not good ever, ever. I'm all right. Let's go.
He's fine.
Like this is 28 seconds, and I almost did 28 minutes, 22 minutes.
He's
Okay,
just a stress case.
I once tried to play a joke.
So he's fine. He's just a stress case.
stress case, huh? Now you know a dog can observe pretty good. You know they observe pretty good. You know they observe you. You know, cutie. So if you are stressing out, guess what? Your dog is feeling it. You know, I like I'm not a dog whisperer or anything, but come on, guys. Like you could, if you had a dog, like you can see it. Like if you really observe it, like your dog is what you are. And for example, well, nobody was really. It doesn't matter. We let's get past of the dogs. You know, let's get past of the dogs. I can't
I
do it
once
anymore.
tried to
I'm sorry, guys. I can't do it anymore. Like every time it happens, bro.
play a joke on my boss when I was in training.
That's why I
That
it's always good to drink also when you about to cry. And also one more tip, breathe. Breathe. You know, Pokimane, for example, want to say like, how do I fix it? You know, one really really simple one is like breathing. You know, like breathing it out. But I already said it. Like, watch Pokimane's 12-hour reaction video of me basically explaining how you will never cry anymore. If you don't want to cry, you don't have to cry anymore. But sometimes it's so tense up, and I'm conscious about it also. You know, when I'm really feeling tensed up and I feel like there's too much emotion and I can't handle it, you know, then it's gotta go. It's gotta get out somehow, you know, through maybe punching a punching bag or crying. Screaming is for me a little bit crazy, but yeah, something like somehow you should get it out if it's too much.
I wanted to do pet therapy, and so people think that pet therapy is like when you have like a therapy support animal, right?
Uh-huh.
And so like it's like, I want to, work with animals to help people with mental health. But then I tried to explain to her, no, I don't want to, I don't want to do therapy with pet. I want to be a pet therapist. So
That's
I want a
good.
dog. So if we're giving them medication, we should also do
Yeah.
psychotherapy with them. And so have a
I mean,
dog
he
come to
can
my
take
office.
over. It could be his stream if
Yeah.
he he's not happy about it.
Yeah, he seems a little bit anxious or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc. Good observation. Good observation. Okay, I let you handle it until you say something so bad where I'm like, oh hell no. And it happened again and again and again on Jason's session, therapy session basically, extra Emily's therapy session, and Pokemon's, session. You always say something like where I'm like, and spoiler alert, he's saying in this session, he will say at least once, "Can I think for a second?" It's okay to think for a second, but just know he will do it. Like I already observed him, a lot. So he will say, "Can I think for a second?" And for a few situations, he will say, "And how do you feel about this situation?" Or what do you mean by that? Even it's like it's so obvious, but he's still asking for that, and he's doing it over and over again, and it's getting on my nerves. So I will always, you know, point that out because it's hilarious that he is a psychiatrist to me.
And how do I refer to you?
You can call me Blair.
Blair. Okay.
Yeah.
Blair. Wait a minute. That's actually a beautiful name. I like Blair a lot. I like that name a lot. It's way better than QTCinderella. Blair, I love that. Blair. Wow. Okay. Wait. It's so beautiful. Like if I ever have a child and it's a girl, I will name maybe her Blair. That's how beautiful I like that name. Yeah, I like that.
And
I
Blair,
like
I'm
that.
All Oak, or people call me Dr. K. You can call me either. And Blair, I'm All Oak, or people call me Dr. K. You can call.
Aulok? What? No, that's not. Oh, oh, Aulok. Aulok. Oh, Dr. K. Aulok. Okay. Whoa, I never heard Aulok.
And Blair, I'm All Oak, or people call me
Aulok.
Dr. K.
Aulok.
You can call me either one.
Okay.
Aulok.
And so tell me a little bit. Thank you very much for
Aulok.
coming on. Either one. And Blair, I'm All Oak, or people call me
Aulok.
Dr. K. You can call
Aulok.
me either one.
Aulok.
Okay.
And so tell me a little bit. Thank you very much for coming on stream.
Nah, I'm looking at the dog, and that dog is like, this CBD is still hitting, bro. What the hell?
Of course.
This
And
poor dog, man. Like, what did you do to her? Or him? Blair, bruh. Blair, bruh. What the
tell
hell?
me a little.
Like, what did you do to this dog, bro? Nah, bro, I'm angry. Like, I don't mess it. I don't mess with people like doing crazy stuff with the dog, Like, to be honest, but okay. I need to get this story out someday. So let's just put it here, okay? So when I was like 12 or 13, I was like, I didn't know better, to be honest. Like I before that, just so you know, like a little bit background, I wrestled with my cousins, for fun and stuff like that. And I thought this was fun, but it was actually like something brutal. And I was really, I'm telling you, if I'm saying I was not conscious at all. Like I did not know anything, like what is right or wrong. All right. For example, now I can say like when I was like 5. Okay, let's just get it all out. Like let's just say everything on the internet now. Like When I was 5 years, all right, I was alone, not basically alone sometimes when my parents had a fruit and vegetable store. That was like something which was really good, running good. Like they made quite a good money, but it was still a lot of work, and sometimes I was alone in this room, and I was maybe a little bit younger because with 5 I could walk. So when I was like still crawling, I think crawling or 5, I don't know anymore. But I saw a spider and I ripped the spider's legs out one by one because there was nothing to do. Like I there was nothing to do, and I was just observing it, and I just wanted to see like what happens. I didn't know it will feel pain. Even if it feels pain, I don't know, but I just wanted to see what happens, right? And I killed a lot of bees. Like nobody told me like anything. Like I killed a lot of bees, I killed a lot of spiders, I killed a lot of flies, and like the amount of insects I killed is ridiculous. I swear to God, it's ridiculous. And if karma really is real, bro, like I don't even know. Like now it's like it's not about karma because now I can't even hurt a fly, because there is balance also in that. But anyways, back to then when I got a dog, I played like a little bit like wrestling with my dog, where I was like I just wanted to play, with my dog, but I guess I didn't know how to really play with the dog. So I was like picking her up, and then throw her on the bed, or like took her, and then I choke slammed her on the bed. But it was not like crazy, like a crazy choke slam, like, but it was like just like I don't want to like make it harmless because it probably was not that harmless for my dog. But just so you know, I basically was a L dog abuser. So, but I was, to my defense, not that I'm trying to defend my dog, because there is nothing good about it. What I have done. I know that. Just understand, I was young and dumb, and nobody told me anything. Like I was, on my own most of the time. So that's what I felt like, even if I had a younger sister. Okay, so nobody really told me what is right or wrong, and I didn't had any kind of sense of moral stuff. It just that I would have never liked really physically like punched my dog like brutally. Like for me, it was fun. That is the crazy part. That is was fun for me because wrestling was like fun we did when I was younger, but it was not, of course, fun for my dog probably. So I need to let it out at least once, And you can call me like L dog abuser and whatever, but after like when she died, I didn't want it even her to like do these kind of medicine stuff because I just knew that it would be she would be drugged out, and like that is another form of dog abuse. And to see that was also pretty hard. Like I cried in the clinic and stuff like that. A lot of things like that was really hard, like that was so unnecessary also, where I was like, you could have just put her to sleep without this, or what I would have done, and some people would say, "Oh no," but then the dog is always in pain and stuff like that. But for me, it's more natural. Like if, like, just let her go naturally, like with old age or through a disease, but not just letting her let her put down, like go to sleep and stuff like that. No, and giving her medicine, I was never a fan of that. I never wanted to do that, and it was because of bad food she got, the food they gave her, because I was pretty lazy, was gaming, and I didn't really do much with her, but I still like loved her, you know. Um, but yeah, with the food, that's how you get diseases also, and then you think you need medicine, and then you think, like it is getting worse after years and years and years of medicine, basically, and then it's getting worse, and then you have to go to the clinic, and then you maybe get drugged out, because that also happens in with humans, not just with dogs, also with humans, and it's the same thing. So I always say, please, if you get a dog, don't just say, "Oh my God, I want a dog." Don't be so stupidly compulsive and just say, "Oh my God, I want a dog," like um so I can love her or him or whatever, you need I mean, you will say you will take care of her or him, but taking care of a living thing is really difficult, That's why I always say start with plants, show love to plants, water it, but don't overwater it. Like there is always like a middle, a gold middle. Like some people, like they walk with their dog, or they drive a bicycle and the dog has to run like all the time, and there's also a middle for it. Like some dogs, they can walk a lot if they are fit enough. They can even run a long time, but I don't think their stamina is like bigger than the humans. It depends on, of course, how the human stamina, like how much movement he got or she got in like every day. But basically, there is always a golden middle. Like walk with the dog, but don't walk like 12 hours on ends. Like 1 hour, 2 hours in the morning, midday, in evening. Especially if you have a dog. Like dogs can basically just like walk all the time, but running is crazy. Like if you run with your dog like 2 hours, 3 hours, and you are on a bicycle, like that's not fair. I would say. And the ridiculous thing is like get your dog in the bag, and don't let it even walk. Like just let it in the bag, because then the dog gets dirty. It's too cold for the dog. Like, bro, if your dog is walking, she or he is getting warmed up, just like a human being, but at least the dog knows what it wants. Like, it knows I need movement, or something like that. But the humans sometimes just forget. Like, they don't even know what they want to do or have to do. And, all right, that is getting ridiculous. I'm talking way too much. I'm
A bit
sorry. I
about
I thought I would really like make it different this time, but I just can't, bro. If I'm getting into the spiritual moment, I can talk on ends, bro. Like there, like content is like, some people say, oh, content creation. Like someday, like the content just, you just need other videos and stuff like these kind of videos, right? But I don't even really need them. But it's like if I would just do it on my own without these faces, Healthy Gamer has like 3 million, Cutie has probably like a few millions. It's like showing their face, and then they are like, oh, that's Healthy Gamer GG, or oh, that's Cutie. I click on that video. But nobody will say, oh, that's Jontavi Johnny Luang Lat? Wow, that's him really? Oh my god, I will need to click on that video. No, nobody's doing that. Not as of right now, okay? Someday maybe, but not now. Not
what we're
now.
talking about today.
not
or
now.
if there's something I can
Um,
help you with.
Oh yeah, and that's also what he's saying, but that's like 101 textbook. You know what we are talking about today. Let's go.
goodness, that is so hard.
Yeah, sorry.
Um, no, what? Yeah, oh,
Sorry.
sorry. Yeah. um, I uh I don't know. I don't know. I think
Okay.
I like talked in the DMs about like some different things we could touch on. I just like my biggest, as stupid as this is, and I know I shouldn't be worried about this, I'm just like so worried about like I talk about mental health on my stream all the time because like so I've had like generalized anxiety.
Hmm?
It used to be really severe for like probably around 6 years at this point. But I've gotten much better at it. But
And how long do you have that dog? Because that dog feels basically felt that you had anxiety for 6 years, and the dog took it also. So your dog has now anxiety too. Congratulations. But I mean, it's not like you really doing it, like you doing it subconsciously. Like you don't do it, you're doing it consciously. Like you don't want your dog to have anxiety. I understand it, but just know now, like it is really because of you. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm talking again. I'm saying like, be- if you still have problems, because people feel lonely or whatever, and that's why they want a dog, because they don't want to feel lonely. They see other people with dogs and like, oh my God, it's so cute. I want a dog. I want it so bad. Please, mom, dad. You know? And yeah, also with relationships, I feel lonely. I want a girlfriend. I want a boyfriend, whatever it is, what you want, right? And bro, if you still have oh, my bad. If you still have major problems, don't. If you're mentally not healthy enough, and you should know you pretty good. Like everybody should know them pretty good, but they don't really, because if you really know yourself really, really good, basically every human being, at least a little bit, like at least a little bit much, I would say. So yeah, like, you know, I mean, that's why I wanted another girlfriend, but thank God it didn't happen, because I probably wouldn't be here right now. So thank God for that. Um, yeah, fix yourself first, not fix yourself, but don't have mental health issues first, and and then you you might can commit to like a dog or a partner or even a plant, bro. Like a plant okay, sorry. A plant is as important as a dog's life, a human's life, for me at least. So treat it as like as such, that it is that important. Okay? All right. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
so I talk about anxiety a lot. Plus, I went through I have like really bad hypochondria that is backed up by like really cool OCD tendencies. So I get like I can spiral out of kind of like control.
What? Wait.
Really bad hypochondria.
What is what in the world? Hypochondria. And Cutie, I would say she's also like a smarty, like these people that use like big words and stuff, and I'm like, what in the hell are you talking about? This is in German, you won't understand it. So, is okay, maybe we do it in English so you can understand also. I forgot. Okay, let's do that. Hypochondria. I already forgot, bro. What did you say? How you say it?
A lot. Plus, I went through. I have like really bad hypochondria.
Hypochondriasis. Hypochondriasis. I don't think that's real, but okay. Hypochondria. I feel like it's hypochondria. Hypochondria. No, okay, okay. We use it hypochondria. That sounds more Latin to me. Hypochondria is a condition in which a person is excessively and unduly worried about having a serious illness. Hypochondria is an old concept whose meaning has repeatedly changed over its lifespan. It has been claimed that this debilitating condition results from an inaccurate perception of the condition of body or mind despite the absence of an actual medical diagnosis. Results from an inaccurate perception of the condition of body or the absence of an individual with hypochondria is known as a hypochondriac. Hypochondriacs become unduly alarmed about any physical or psychological symptoms they detect, no matter how minor the symptom may be, and are convinced that they have or are about to be diagnosed with a serious illness. So basically, you're just overreact, overthinking. Okay, okay, I got
That
it.
is
I
backed
got
up
it.
by like really cool OCD tendencies. So I get
Dr. K is like, oh, really cool, huh? It really is that cool to have like OCD. OCD. I forgot, bro. Bro, like I can't remember everything. I just can't, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Obsessive compulsive disorder. Obsession, distress, compulsion, relief, obsession, distress. The OCD cycle is a mental disorder in which an individual has intrusive thoughts, an obsession, and feels the need to perform certain behaviors, compulsions repeatedly to relieve the stress caused by the obsession to the extent where it impairs general function. An obsession has intrusive thoughts like what? I need to open the window, let's say, okay? To perform certain behaviors repeatedly, like obsessions are persistent, persistent, unwanted thoughts, mental images, or urges that generate feelings of. I mean, we get unwanted thoughts all the time. So, all right, all right. Okay.
like I can spiral out of kind of like control essentially and just get wrapped up in a bunch of irrational thoughts. And so I had like a big episode of that like a year ago. And so I like talked to my stream a lot.
Wait.
Control essentially and just get wrapped up in a spiral out of kind of like control essentially and just get wrapped up in a bunch of irrational thoughts. And so I had like a big episode of that.
Oh no, irrational thought. That doesn't sound good at all. It should be rational. You should have rational thought, not irrational thoughts.
Like a year ago. And so I like talked to my stream a lot about mental health. And so it's like I talk about mental health a lot.
Okay.
But the interesting thing is since I'm on Twitch, whenever I do talk about mental health, I delete my VODs afterwards because I don't want to be harassed over it. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Sure. That makes sense. Sure. Uh, Like why? Like why do you think you would get harassed over the mental things, but not get harassed if you like say something like completely out of the ordinary, I would say. Like sometimes you say things. Well, I did. It's hard because I'm not watching her so much, but the way her character is like it sounds a little bit annoyed. I would say like she feels a little bit annoyed, but then also she can be like really. It feels like she can be really defensive, but that's just what I observed, and that was just like a little bit. So I don't want to say that's what she is, but I would say it could be. You know, I'm not saying that's what she is.
So it's weird to like. It's not weird, but it's like it's different to like come on here and be like, okay, we're talking about it, and there's like not no going back, but like we're gonna be productive about it.
Well, I mean, so first, let me start by saying we can go back, right? So if anything happens that you're not comfortable with or things like that, we can stop.
Sorry, I'm trying to put him down.
That's okay.
I don't know if you know how to treat a dog, to be honest. Like, cutie. Cutie, cutie, cutie. Wait, Blair. Blair, Blair, Blair. Like, I really don't know if you know how to, like, treat a dog, to be honest. Like, I didn't know either, but I was young, stupid child. I don't think I can even say the D word because this would probably be like a cuss word. But basically, oh no, we let it also like natural and this, so it's not getting like I get the best of both worlds, but well, artificial light is never like really the best or a good thing. Like the way she picked up the dog, bro. Even I picked up my dog better than she did, bro. Like I already see that. Like I'm a pretty like I'm an experienced. It sounds so bad to say that. I'm an experienced dog owner, basically. But you know, I learned afterwards, after my dog died. I learned a lot of things afterwards. Why? Because I went to the spiritual stuff, and in the spiritual stuff, you can do basically everything. You will do everything. Basically, you go back to the past. You observe everything, like how you behave, how you did talk with other people, how you treated your dog, and stuff like that. And what could have you done better, and what did you do wrong? What did you do right? Maybe but a lot of things wrong, of course, because it was my first dog and the only dog. Thank God. There are other dogs. My cousin has dogs. Okay, no friends has dogs, but I still there are dogs. Where I still have feel like then happiness because dogs are like they don't really do anything wrong. They are just living. They are just dogs. And they don't know like this is a place where I can't poo or pee. Like dogs. Come on, like okay, but then humans try to educate the dogs, but dogs are just dogs. They should be wild animals. They should be like outside. Sometimes it's nice for them to be inside because like I saw dogs in Laos where they eat out of trash and so on like and other dogs fighting other dogs, and sometimes they get bitten and they almost like die because of blood and stuff like that. And because it happened to the dog of my cousin, and I got attached to them a little bit. I got attached to them a little bit. I love dogs. I swear to God, I just love dogs. I love just to hold them like a baby and just like cuddle with them and play with them and walk with them, and I can't think about it anymore because if I do I will get too sad. You know, like I know myself, like maybe you see a little bit, like a little bit of wetness in there, you know, in this. Um, but yeah, one of his dogs died, and rest in peace to Jiro. You know, the dog is called Jiro. He died basically right after, almost right after I like left Laos and went to Germany. And also, that is so bad, bro. Like, I don't know. But also my aunt has had, well, had two dogs. One got like stolen, and like they assume basically got stolen and then sadly cooked. You know, like that is such a poor country. They cook this, or they just um, sell it somewhere else where, you know, and we don't know what happens after that. But it's like a small dog. Please don't eat as eat dogs, bro. Like I'm like, I know like most of the time it's like the Vietnamese, but also Lao people eat dogs, and I'm like, I can't do that, bro. Like, come on, please. Like, I already gave up meat in general. Well, even when I ate meat a lot, I never ate dog meat, you know, because I had a dog. I was like, I can't do that. Like, that's like a pet, right? But an animal is an animal now. Meat is meat now. You know, you shouldn't eat dog meat. You shouldn't eat cat meat, but you shouldn't also eat cow meat. You know, we never call it cow meat because beef is easier, you know? It's not like, oh, I am eating a cow right now. You are eating beef. You know, why not do it for dog meat? Let's just call it beef. You know, I'm just eating beef, you know? Nothing much, you know, just beef. No, 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 no. Or chicken. Wait. Oh, no, you call it chicken. My bad. But anyways, like call it as it is, like cow meat. You eat cow meat. You know, you eat chicken meat, you know, and stuff like that. But meat is meat. So you judge somebody who is eating dog meat and cat meat, but you don't judge yourself because it's so normal to eat cow meat. It's so normal to eat chicken. Maybe in the Western countries, but you are maybe, and yeah, then you look at the Asian countries like they are crazy. But they don't. Sometimes they don't have anything. You know, they are really really poor, and they didn't had anything to eat. Especially the Vietnamese when the U.S., the Western, attacked them. You know, made war with them, and they almost didn't have anything. So they ate basically everything. You know, like rats, cats, dogs, whatever it is, meat. But to be honest, you can only just eat vegetables. But you know, people just don't do it because they like it. You know, they like beef, they like chicken. Why should I stop? But what about an Asian, let's say, who likes dog meat? They like it, they love it. So what? So what? So what? You eat cow meat, they eat dog meat. But for me, you all should stop eating meat completely. But anyways, it's almost 1 hour, bro, and we got 3 minutes and 38 minutes. I'm in a good mood to talk, you know, I guess. So I will see you on the next one. I hope you like that kind of videos, and please like, subscribe, and comment down below. Thank you.